Hi everybody, I am Cor, your astrologer, and today I will be looking at Mars's journey through the sign of Gemini, which begins on the 20th of August at 9:57 a.m. SAST, South African Standard Time, and remains in here for 7 months and about 6 days until the 25th of March of 2023. During this time period, Mars is going to be going retrograde from the 30th of October at 25 degrees through to the 12th of January at 8 degrees, and then he turns direct again. So what does Mars mean in our lives? So of course, please do look natally to see where your natal Mars is. I'm doing a general forecast. In general, we know that Mars is the planet that allows us to get what we want in our life. So this includes the desires that we have, the drive that we have, the action and activity in our lives that we need, the leadership we take for us to get what it is that we want, the courage that we need. This is all about being very strong and clear and asserting ourselves so that we can find the Mars within us and go and get what it is physically in our life through our actions. On the higher octave, we are looking to powerful, dynamic, ambitious, assertive actions. We're looking towards determination and courage, desire, bravery, energy, being pioneering and forceful. It may very much on the lower octave relate to aggression or destructiveness, even being ruthless and bombastic. This is about disagreements and wars. In the sign of Gemini, which rules our thinking, it will activate being talkative, being clever, being expressive. But on the lower octave, it can also show where we are opinionated and where we are a little bit changeable and scattered, or where we like to gossip, or where we're two-faced, or where we don't have clear messages. We may be a little frivolous or flaky or confused in our messages. So with Gemini as an air sign, a mental sign, it relates to our thinking and our decision-making. And when we add the planet Mars, which is about activity, to thinking, we highlight curiosity and mental activity and communications. Even short distance travels or matters related to siblings or your neighbors could be activated. It could relate to how you teach and talk and how you think and how you are expressive. So let's have a look at how this will affect each of the 12 signs. So for Aries, this will be happening in an area of your life that relates to communications. So you want to make sure that you don't have any war of words or disagreements, and rather that you are expressive and clever and communicative in a way that will assist you getting your thoughts across clearly. This could be through teaching. This could be with matters related to siblings, neighbors, any form of communications and paperwork. And this will very much be related to your day-to-day routine, the service that you provide to others, how you employ others that may help you with communications. It may even relate to your physical body, to any diseases that you may have, or if you have any pets that you have. So this focus on communications and improving those and upgrading those, which will last from the 20th of August of 2022 all the way to the 25th of March, will give you this opportunity for forward momentum. And it's during the time of the 30th of October till the 12th of January, when Mars goes retrograde, that you will have time to slow down and remain curious, and also elevate in a very intentional way, reconsidering and rewriting anything that may be spinning in your mind, or if there are any stories or choices or options that you need to make, or potentials regarding how you understand and regarding duality and what motivates you in terms of your communications. There's a sense that during the retrograde, you can slow down and you can breathe. It's very important with Gemini being an air sign for you to connect to your body, so you can put your hand on your heart and make sure that you're actually connecting also to how you're feeling, and that your actions relate to your physical body and how you feel. If there's a decision to be made and you feel a lot of peace and calm in your physical body, then you know this is true to your soul's alignment. If you're feeling quite aggravated or frustrated, it could be that you're making a decision out of an egocentric point of view. And this is a good way to connect in with your body. Feel your gut when you're thinking and making choices. And it's during this retrograde period, October 30th to January 2023, the 12th, that you have this opportunity just to review and reflect on all the new activities and thinking that you experienced from the 20th of August 2020 to October, to see if you can't elevate these and connect them closer to your soul and spirit, so that you are more in integrity and in alignment with what it is that you're thinking and saying. For Taurians, all of this mental activity and curiosity is occurring for you in regards to your value systems and your finances, how you invest them, how this interacts with your self-confidence and your self-esteem. So you might find that there could be fighting or arguments or disagreements regarding how you're investing your money. You want to avoid being aggressive or destructive or ruthless. And at the same time, the Gemini brings in a flaky frivolousness regarding your communications, and you may feel a little scattered. So it's important that you express your opinions and that you have clear messages in terms of what your value systems are. You want to be making decisions in a powerful, dynamic, ambitious, assertive way, with a lot of determination and courage and desire and bravery, in a very energetic and pioneering way, avoiding too much force. However, being talkative and clear and expressive regarding your value systems and your finances will be very helpful for you. And it's during the retrograde from the 30th of October through to January the 12th of 2023 that you will have time to become a little bit more intentional, to slow down all these new decisions you're making regarding your value systems, to check in and see, are they in integrity with your soul? Do you feel calm? Put your hand on your heart when you're making decisions. Is there a sense of inner calm and peacefulness? Because then you are connected to your soul in your decisions and in your value systems. If there's a sense of aggravation or frustration, then perhaps your ego is standing in your way. So this retrograde period is a time for you to reconsider, sit in silence, remain curious, quieten down the spinning mind regarding all the choices and the stories and the ideas and the understanding and the options and the potentials that you have regarding your finances and your value systems. And this will help you as you move forward from the 12th of January through to the 25th of March, when Mars will then allow you a second opportunity to move forward bravely as you speak your truth more clearly in regards to your value systems and your finances. Hey, dear Taurians. So for you, the Mars in Gemini is going through an area of your life that relates to your value systems, your possessions, and your finances. So this will be a fantastic time for you to communicate, be curious about, have a lot of mental activity, be expressive, opinionated, take actions, be driven, have a sense of courage and desire and bravery, even force, and maybe even in a pioneering, dynamic, and powerful way. You will be determined to understand your value systems and share these with others. And this will influence your self-worth and your finances and your possessions and how you manage them. Be cautious not to have any war of words or too many disagreements. You may even find that you're very changeable or scattered, or there's a sense of flakiness or frivolous that confuses you a little bit. There's a sense that you'll be talking a lot and be very clever and expressive regarding your value systems and your finances, but you may also feel a bit scattered and changeable and gossipy, or maybe even two-faced. You may have two different options how to do something. So when it comes to options and potentials and stories and understanding your value systems and your ideas, you may be motivated through duality. You may have two separate paths. You want to take a higher path, a lower path, and it's important for you to understand that Mars can inflame and cause a lot of heat in this area. So it's important for you to take out some time during the retrograde from the 30th of October through to the 12th of January, when you can actually reflect and slow down on all of this decision making. And for you, it very much ties in with matters related to children, either working with children or projects. A pregnancy is like a project. You may be creating a lot of projects and be very creative. It can also very much tie in with you finding your joy and bliss, and the sense of holidays and the sense of rest and enjoyment ties in with the value system for you. And here you may feel that during the retrograde period, 30 October to 12th of January, that you want to slow down a little bit. You want to intentionally try and understand and elevate, while you remain curious, what is frustrating you regarding your value systems and having fun and being romantic and giving love of yourself. Your mind may be spinning, and you need to rewrite and reconsider what is really true for you, the stimuli that you receive. You may require a bit of silence to draw back a little bit during this retrograde period to connect with yourself. What is your true value system? What makes you feel safe and secure? How best can you invest your finances? And also, how best can you express love to the world? How can you be creative? How can you enjoy your life a little bit more? And it's then when Mars goes direct again from the 12th of January through to the 25th of March that you'll have a lot more insight into what are the processes in your brain that allow you to make better choices, and how can the messenger within you, the communicator within you, relay your new value system so that you can act in a very powerful and dynamic and ambitious and assertive way moving forward. Thank you for joining me, dear Taurians. I wish you a good Mars in Gemini period. Dear Geminis, Mars will be traveling through your sign from the 20th of August through to the 20th of March of 2023, 20th of August 2022, so March of next year. And for you, this will be activating all matters related to your health, your persona, your personality. It will relate also to how you feel safe and secure, all matters related to your genetics, your home and your family life, anything related to your father, any relationship you have with your father, how that ties in with your ancestry, and very much, relates to your home, your place of living. You may want to renovate or just reflect and be very active in matters around home. And this is how your personality and who you are and your physical being and your health will be stimulated. So you might be fighting and arguing or having disagreements or war of words regarding how your personality fits into the sense of security around home and family. You may feel a bit scattered, or there's maybe a sense of changeability. You may feel gossipy or two-faced regarding who it is in your physical being, your personality in relationship to where you're living and what family life means to you and what safety and security means to you. And it is a time specifically during the 30th of October 2022 to the 12th of January 2023 when Mars goes retrograde from 25 degrees of Gemini to 8 degrees of Gemini that you want to become a little bit more intentional. You want to slow down. You want to take time out in silence so that you can remain curious and you can slow down and reconsider and rewrite and elevate the stories that relate to who it is that you are, to your physical health, to your personality, to your physical appearance, to the image that you portray out into the world in relationship to your home and family life. So this could be you rewriting your stories and your ideas and your motivations, your options, your potentials, and your choices regarding how you relate to home and family living. And as of the 12th of January through to the 25th of March, you will feel that there's a sense of pioneering force, a sense of bravery and energy and desire and courage and determination, even assertion and ambition in a very dynamic and powerful way that will allow your mental activity and your communications and your curiosity to bring you in harmony with your soul's journey. And the best way to understand this is to put your hand on your heart and think of all of these choices and these decisions you are making. And if there's a sense of peace and calm, then you're in alignment with your gut. You can even put your second hand on your gut just to feel, what is my heart feeling? What is my gut feeling? If I'm calm and at peace, then you're on the right track. If you feel a lot of frustration or dis-ease, then you may be making your decisions with your ego, and you may want to elevate and upgrade these changes as you evolve in the world. I wish you a beautiful Mars in Gemini season. Remember to take nice deep breaths and to slow down and to always focus on how it is that you want to be a better version of yourself in this world. You may also, during this time, find that you want to do a lot of physical exercise with Mars in the first house. You may come across the fact that there's a lot of infection or heat in your body that you may want to be dealing with. To be aware of the consciousness of your health and to find this balance and not to overdo all the activities that Mars can offer you during this time. Thank you, dear Geminis, for joining me. I wish you a beautiful Mars in Gemini season. Dear Cancers, for you, the Mars is occurring in an area of your life that relates to loss and endings and cycle endings of cycles. This is a time for you to let go, especially to self-renounce the world, so that you can connect rather with your soul, with your subconscious, with the higher universe, with God, with the angels, with your imagination, your intuition. This is really a time where the activity and the desire and the bravery and the pioneering forces of determination and courage want you to step back into your spiritual being. There's a very clear message to say, you're not only a material being, you're a spiritual being, and connect with this in terms of communications and thinking and thoughts. A great time to pray a lot, a great time to research. This is when you are operating from behind the scenes. You're being a support to others from behind the scenes by researching how you function and how you can tap into imagination and your spiritual integrity. You can help many other people. This is very much related to how you think and write and teach and communicate. And it could have involvement with a sister or a sibling or a neighbor. And very much so your immediate environment. You may be looking to an environment where you can withdraw a little bit, to an environment that is a retreat center or a quiet place for you to contemplate a little bit more. And specifically during the 30th of October to 12th of January period, when Gemini, Mars is moving from 25 degrees of Gemini to 8 degrees, it is reviewing and reflecting and rewriting and reconsidering the prayers, the research, the communications that you have with your subconscious or with spirit. And this is a time for you to slow down, remain curious, elevate the communications and the thoughts that you have with spirit and with your soul and with imagination, with everything that is intangible. Fabulous time to write a book, perhaps, or to become inspired to do work whereby you do a lot of prayer and you go within. And remember to put your hand to your heart and then check in with yourself. Is what you're doing giving you a lot of peace and calm? Because then you are connecting to soul and spirit. And then you are working in a very powerful, dynamic, ambitious, assertive, and determined way to connect to spirit, spirituality, to understand that cycles come to an end as you evolve and to grow. Remember that Mars rules surgery. This could be psychic surgery, and perhaps you're letting go of a chronic addiction to something that you want to let go of. Mars is about sharp edges. Perhaps letting these go in your personality is where you're at this time. And then from the 12th of January onwards, forward to the 25th of March, you find that you can move forward with curiosity and with communications. There might even be short distance travel and a lot of mental activity and action and drive and assertiveness. You may also want to be aware of hidden enemies there are in this area of your life. Is there something about your subconscious that's been hiding from you? Are there hidden enemies that you need to ward off and fight off by connecting to your value systems and your spirit and your soul? And the best way to do this is to breathe really deeply and to connect with your body as well as spirit to guide you along this journey. You want to avoid aggressive or destructive or ruthless or bombastic hidden enemies, such as any chronic illness or any secretive person, entering your home to steal something or to harm you. There's the sense that being mindful is super important, being aware of your environment, to be in harmony with spirit every day, so that you can understand your thoughts and connect to a divine way of thinking and become talkative and expressive and clever in how you communicate, and avoid all the scattered gossip, two-faced, changeable, flaky, and frivolous communications. Stick with the meaningful, deeper communications during this time. Thank you, dear Cancerians, for joining me. I wish you a fabulous Mars in Gemini season. Dear Leos, for you, this Mars in Gemini is occurring in an area that relates to socializing, connecting with society, connecting with friends, as well as communities, as well as your hopes and dreams. So you'll be very forthcoming in terms of your actions and mental activities, curiosities, and communications with lots of friends. You may be experiencing short distance travel with them. There could be great expression and opinions regarding powerful, dynamic, and ambitious and assertive, determined, courageous, desirable, brave, energetic friends that you have that are very pioneering and that assist you in making choices and options and potentials and writing your new stories. For you, it very much relates to the duality and the separate paths you may be considering in terms of your value systems and your finances and what you own and your possessions. There's a sense that during the 25-degree to 8-degree retrograde period during the 30th of October to the 12th of January 2023, that you may feel you have some time to intentionally and mindfully slow down and elevate your decisions, reconsidering where it is that you need to quieten down to make options and potentials and the decisions and the choices around this resonate with your value system, with your truest, highest value system that may be changing from what it was in the past. There's a sense that if you put your hand on your heart and your other hand on your stomach, if you can tune in with your physical body and you can feel that the value systems and the friends that you're connecting with are leaving you feeling very peaceful and calm, that you're in alignment with your soul's purpose. If you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling aggravated, then you know that this is an opportunity for you to leave the spinning mind and rewrite any frustrations through your friendships and the value systems that you have. And come the 12th of January through till the 25th of March, you then feel this forward momentum where you can just energetically move forward, enjoy the friends, your new hopes and dreams, the income that you may earn, the rewards, the love that you receive from others as you activate the new value systems and come to terms with how you've invested your finances and what sort of self-worth and confidence this gives to you. Enjoy your Mars and Gemini season, dear Leos. Thank you for joining me. Virgo, welcome to the Mars in Gemini video. For you, Mars is going to be activating all matters related to your high sense of success, your status out in the world, your reputation, your career, your profession, the actions that you profess to give out in a very extroverted way in your life. So there may be a lot of fighting and arguing and disagreements and war of words regarding how you can be courageous and desiring and brave, ambitious, assertive, dynamic, and powerful and determined. In regards to Mars is like a surgeon's knife, right? What are you cutting out? What are you taking away that's standing in your way of success in terms of your career and your profession and your actions out into the world? With this Mars being in the sign of Gemini, we are referring to being talkative and clever and expressive. You may want to avoid any flaky, frivolous, confusing messages that are very changeable or scattered or gossipy or two-faced, and you rather want to focus on being intentional and mindful during this time. There will be a lot of choices and options available to you and potentials, and it's important that you understand these and understand what motivates you. And to do this, you can slow down your thinking by doing lots of deep breathing. You can put your hands on your heart and the other hand perhaps on your gut and just check in with any option or story or motivation or potential regarding your career and how this influences your personality, your physical health, how you show up in the world, your interactions in the world, what you look like physically. Your personality is going to be affected by this, and you want to tune in by putting your hand on your heart, by listening to your gut feeling to say, is this really me? Is this career that I have, the status, the reputation, my potential, my profession, true to who I am? Is this really my personality? Can I relate to it? And as you go through the retrograde on the 30th of October 2022 until January the 12th of 2023, you may be reworking, rewriting, reconsidering. What are your intentions? You may be going a little bit back and forth and saying, wow, I'm no longer what I used to be. I want to elevate the version of who I am. I want to consider my health, that my body is a temple in regards to my work. I don't want to sacrifice sleep or have too many worries or too much stress. And at the same time, I want to be successful. How can I fit this all in? And there'll be a lot of options and potentials and choices to be made. And it'll be a great time for you during this retrograde period to take out some time to sit in quiet, to still all the spinning mind and the ideas that are floating through your brain as Mars in Gemini is activating your physical body. You may be running around doing a lot of hiking and moving and walking and having exercise activities that may help you get ahead in your career. But at the same time, you may need to slow down and just breathe deeply so that you can really connect with, if your hand is on your heart and your other hand on your stomach, and you find a lot of peace and quiet in the decisions that you make, you're on the right track. You are in tune with your soul and your destiny and your path and a more elevated version of yourself. If you find yourself more aggravated, frustrated, a lot of arguments, a lot of aggression, and a sense of, gossiping and unclear thoughts regarding your physical body and health and your career, then you're obviously on the wrong track. So let your gut feeling and your heart guide you on this journey. Thank you, dear Virgos, for joining me. I wish you a beautiful Mars in Gemini season. Dear Libras, the Mars in Gemini is occurring for you in an area that is related to foreign travel, foreigners, belief systems, philosophies, religions, gurus, counselors, wise people, tertiary education, universities. And you will find that there'll be a lot of mental activity and curiosity and communications, even possibly a long-term trip, whereby you can be very expressive and opinionated, and you can be determined, courageous, desirous, and very brave, and even forceful and pioneering, specifically also dynamic and powerful in regards to connecting to spirit, to connecting to your subconscious, to connect to any chronic illnesses that you may have, to connect to that part of yourself that is your shadow side and that likes to hide from you. There's a sense that this will become activated through your journey into the philosophies and the expansiveness of life. You will connect to your imagination and to your intuition. It's very important that you connect with this and listen to it. There's a sense that you'll be very talkative with yourself and clever and expressive in connecting with your imagination and your intuition. And there's also a sense that there may be a lot of choices and ideas and motivations and potentials that come to the fore regarding you stepping out of the limelight and into a sense of isolation, into a sense of retreating from the material world so that you can connect even further into the spiritual world, where you can connect to your subconscious, your angels, God, the universe, the divine imagination that clearly will speak through you and make you feel a lot wiser. It is during the 30th of October 2022 and the 12th of January 2023 time period that Mars is moving from 25 degrees of Gemini back to 8 degrees of Gemini. And this is a time for you to slow down all these activities, to become a lot more intentional, rethink, rework, rewrite, reconsider, sit in silence, slow down, remain curious, and avoid getting lost in all of the analysis by breathing deeply and then deciding and realizing which is the higher path, which is the more spiritual path, what international friend or language or country inspires you, what philosopher, what belief system, what religion, which course are you studying, so that you can connect more with your subconscious and with your soul. So for you, dear Librans, I wish you a beautiful, insightful spiritual journey during this Mars in Gemini season. Thank you for joining me. Scorpio, for you, the Mars in Gemini is occurring in an area that very much relates to receiving resources from others, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial. And here there might be a lot of disagreement or war of words or fighting or arguing in regards to what you believe your value system is in terms of what you want to have come into your life. Perhaps you need to stand up with your confidence to say, this is what I deserve. So there's a sense of curiosity. There's a sense of being powerful and dynamic and ambitious and assertive and determined, courageous, desiring, brave, energetic, forceful, pioneering, and asking for what it is that you want. And you'll be very talkative and clever and expressive in doing this. You want to avoid, of course, being aggressive or too flaky or frivolous and not clear in your messaging. And this will be occurring at quite a breakneck speed until on the 30th of October until the 12th of January, things slow down for you a little bit. And here for you, dear Scorpios, you will have a time to be a little bit more intentional and elevate how it is that you believe you can get resources from others. This very much relates also to your friends and groups of society and your hopes and dreams and your ideals and receiving an income from society at large. You can slow down, remain curious, which groups of society, which friends can help me with this? How can I receive love? Where will I let love in? What are my hopes and dreams? And you'll be reconsidering and rewriting anything that may be frustrating or spinning around in your head regarding the stories, the ideas, the motivations, the understandings, the potentials, the options, the choices that you'll have with Mars in Gemini, because there will be many. And my suggestion is put your hand on your heart, the second hand on your gut, breathe in deeply, slow down, and then connect to these choices and options that you have. And if you feel a lot of inner peace and a sense of quiet and calm, then you're making the right decisions. And if you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling restless, then you know the decisions are coming from your ego and you'd like to let those go. So this is a very transformative time for you, dear Scorpios. This is a time where you can let go anxieties, traumas, and fears so that you can become more intimate with yourself. And with that, allow intimacy to come into your life as well. Dear Scorpios, thank you for joining me. I wish you a beautiful Mars in Gemini season. Take care. For the Sagittarians, the Mars in Gemini is occurring in an area of your life that relates to marriage partners, live-in lovers, business partners, relationships per se, including open enemies. So this could be a time where you could get into fighting and disagreements and arguments and aggressive, destructive, ruthless, or bombastic relationships. And of course, it's very important to recognize these. And as soon as you put your hand on your heart and your other hand on your gut and you feel that you're feeling frustrated and aggravated, then you know that you're in the wrong relationship. What you want to do is feel a sense of calm and inner peace. So here the action and activity, the mental activity and the curiosity is about communicating. It's about being expressive and opinionated. It's about being brave in your relationships and powerful and dynamic and ambitious and assertive and determined. These are the types of relationships. Forceful, pioneering, assertive, brave relationships is really what you're after. People who are talkative and clever and expressive. What you want to avoid is people who gossip or who are very flaky and frivolous and not clear in their messages, or they're two-faced. And it's during this 30th of October 2022 to the 12th of January 2023 time where Mars is going retrograde from 25 degrees of Gemini through to 8 degrees of Gemini, that you can slow down all of these activities regarding your relationships. There's a time for you to intentionally breathe deeply, remain curious, rewrite in your mind the script, the story, the ideas, the motivations, the options, the potentials, the understanding. Sit in silence. Be with a partner in silence. Let all the stimuli just drop. Rework the relationship that you're in. And then from the 12th of January onwards forward, up until the 25th of March of 2023, you find that you can move forward with your desires in a pioneering way through a courageous relationship, a determined relationship, an assertive relationship, an ambitious relationship. And this is really a time to understand your partner and have them understand you. Dear Sagittarius, thank you for joining me. I wish you a beautiful Gemini Mars season ahead. Sagittarius, I've just remembered. What I also wanted to say is that all these activities around your relationships very much tie into your career and your profession, your business partnerships, and all matters related to how you can shine and be the most successful person out in the world, or how your actions and what you profess to do out in the world, your career will shine through these improved relationships. So thus it could be business relationships, it could be your marriage supporting you in a business venture. So the sense of status and reputation and success out in the world is very deeply tied in with this Mars in Gemini period, which is activating your relationships. Welcome, dear Capricorns. The Mars in Gemini time starting on the 20th of August through to 25th of March of 2023, 20th of August 2022, that is the 7-month period, is concerned with your day-to-day activities, how you are of service to the world, what diseases your body is. There's some sort of inflammation that's occurring in your body that is being activated. It may also activate the inflammation of any of your staff members or pets if you have any. So during this time, there's a sense of a lot of action and activity, a lot of drive, a lot of courage and desire and bravery, pioneering, forceful, dynamic, ambitious, assertive energies that are propelling you forward in terms of how you are of service to others and how this links into any physical diseases if you have any infections in your body. And here it's important to be talkative and clever and expressive in how it is that you are of service to others or how staff is of service to you. You want to avoid two-faced, changeable, scattered, gossipy, frivolous, or flaky employees or services to other. You want to be mindful, intentional, clear in your communications and in your actions out into the world, your day-to-day activities. You may want to do a lot more sports to aid any disease that you have, and this could possibly aggravate it because Mars is about inflammation and infection and heat. So have a good think how you can calm down your thinking and be mindful by slowing down, breathing a lot. And you can put your hand on your heart, the second hand on your gut, and you can just check in with your physical being. If you're feeling aggravated, inflamed, uneasy, then what you are doing is not in alignment with your soul. It is ego-based. When you are of service to others and there's a sense of deep calm and peace, then you know that the service that you're providing to somebody else or staff to you is in alignment with your soul and with your true elevated version of who you are. It is during the 30th of October, 2022 and the 12th of January, 2023 that Mars is going retrograde from 25 degrees of Gemini through to 8 degrees of Gemini. And this is a time for you to reconsider, rewrite, look at any frustrations that you have, rework matters related how you are of service to others in the world, or any staff that you may be employing, or any disease that you have that you want to work out of your body, or any pets that you may own. And it's during this time that you will be elevating your stories, your ideas, your motivations, your choices, your options, and your potentials. This is mental time to process your brain and your spinning head and all your ideas, and to calm them down through connecting with your body and checking in with yourself. And for you, dear Capricorns, this very much relates to matters regarding your belief systems, your philosophies, your religion, your sense of higher tertiary education, university, any course that you're teaching or studying, any travels to overseas or matters related to foreigners. So let your day-to-day activities and matters related to your health and how you have service to others be infused with spirituality and the wisdom from different philosophies and foreigners, or that you may receive through any course that you're learning or any foreign travel that you may experience. And then from January the 12th, 2023 to 25th of March, 2023, you'll find there'll be an easier flow. There'll be a lot more courage and desire and pioneering force and determination and dynamism and ambition, and even curiosity and communication regarding mental activities that affect your day-to-day routine, your health and your philosophies, international travel, and your belief systems. Dear Capricorns, thank you for joining me today. I wish you a very blessed and enlightened Mars in Gemini period. Dear Aquarians, thank you for joining me on this Mars in Gemini period, which starts on the 20th of August, 2022, and it runs through to the 25th of March, 2023. For you, dear Aquarians, the area that is activated, the areas activated in your life relate to giving love of yourself, to experiencing bliss and joy, to be romantic, your sexuality, any new projects that you may begin, also matters related to children and having fun, And here there's a sense that you may have fear or anxieties or traumas related to this. You may be doubting your self-worth in terms of how you can receive from others. You certainly want to give a lot, but it's also about receiving financial, emotional, spiritual, or financial support from others. This could include matters related to an inheritance. This could include matters related to receiving a bond or an investor to help you with any creative pursuits that you are following. Communications, curiosity, mental activity, being expressive, opinionated, desiring, having options, choices, and potentials, stories and ideas motivated by your own self-expression and creativity are high on the agenda. And you may get your mind into a spin and you may feel a little bit frustrated. And what's important here is to slow down, take some time out in silence, put your hand to your heart, your other hand to your stomach, tune in with your gut and your heart. And if you're feeling peace and calm and tranquility while you're making these choices and rewriting your stories and working through any dualities of a higher or a lower path that you may want to choose, if you are stuck in analysis paralysis, as you connect to your body, you will feel the answers with the sense of calmness and peace that you feel you will be on the right track. If you're feeling more frustrated and aggravated, you know that it's your ego standing in your way. So what we need for you, Aquarians, is to be more forceful and pioneering and powerful and ambitious regarding romance and fun and bliss and joy and giving love of yourself. And at the same time, facing any fears or anxieties you have about your self-worth in terms of, do you believe you're valuable for that kind of intimacy? Are you ready for that kind of intimacy? What blocks or traumas do you need to take out of the equation so that you can move forward? Now, during the retrograde period of the 30th of October, 2022 through to 12th of January, 2023, this is a fabulous time to slow down the process, remain curious, elevate, become more intentional, become more mindful, and rewrite in an upgraded version what is valuable to you now. What have you got to offer another person so that you can receive their resources? How has this changed over the years? How is it that you want to upgrade who it is and your value system so that you can receive from others? And you'll find from the 12th of January on to the 25th of March that your energies will flow so much easier. Now that you've reworked it, you've been more mindful, you've understood your choices and your options, you've checked in with what gives you calm and peace, and you can then move forward being more desirable, enjoying more fun, having more holidays, doing more sports, being more expressive in a romantic way, in a joyous way, as you experience a lot more intimacy and fearlessness in your life. Thank you, dear Aquarians, for joining me. I wish you a beautiful Mars in Gemini season. Welcome, dear Pisces, to the Mars in Gemini season forecast. For you, this Mars period will be activating all matters related to home and family life, and how this ties in with your marriage partner or business partner or closest friend or live-in lover. There's a sense that there could be fighting and arguing and aggressive, destructive behavior in terms of war of words with a partner. This would be so that you could determine and be assertive and ambitious and dynamic and courageous, desiring, brave and pioneering regarding what home life means to you. What is home to you? What does family mean to you? Where do you find your inner security and safety in the sense of nurturing? And it's important that you remain curious, and there'll be a lot of mental activity and action and drive around home and family and living space. There will be many choices and options and potentials and new stories that you can write and new ideas and motivations as to what can bring you onto your higher path of the best version of what you believe family and nurturing is for you, and safety, and also relationships with Father. And it's during this time of the 30th of October, 2022 through to the 12th of January, 2023, when Mars goes retrograde, that you will feel By the way, it goes retrograde from 25 degrees of Gemini through to the 8 degrees of Gemini, that you are slowing down. This process is slowing down. It's becoming a little bit more entrenched. Areas where you feel frustrated in terms of your marriage partner, business partner, best friend, live-in lover, and home life, you're reconsidering this. You wanting a little bit more silence and quiet time so that you can become mindful. You can put your hand on your heart and your second hand on your stomach and just tune into your gut and your heart. Is the choice and the potential and the motivation and the idea that you have about relationships and home and family life making you feel uneasy, frustrated, aggravated, then you know it's your ego standing in your way. If you find the choice calms you down and you feel a lot of peace within, then you know that the choice around home and family and partner is the correct choice. And after this retrograde period, from about January, 12th of January 2023 onwards through to the 25th of March 2023, you will have had a very pioneering, brave, communicative way of finding what it is that you want in home and family life. Connecting with your desire and your passion related to your sexuality within a relationship. All things that are changeable, scattered, flaky, and frivolous, gossipy, or two-faced will be eliminated by this time, because you've had the retrograde time to eliminate all of this in your life. So as you move forward, there's this sense of brave, ambitious, assertive, dynamic knowing within family and home life and the partner in your life that you're sharing this with. Thank you, dear Pisces, for joining me. I wish you a beautiful Mars in Gemini season. Take care. Be blessed. Bye for now.